Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see, if you go from here, the only last jump I'm gonna have to make you do is, first of all, I'm gonna roll to see if you manage to run into anyone up here. Now, if you jump over this section, and over this section. Okay, you managed to get clear. You do see occasionally the scum ascend the rooftops behind you, but you are way too far. You are already up and away.
So
And
I'm already beyond their ability to even chase me right now.
you are already far. You're basically out of where they're looking. They're still looking roughly in the area where you took the shot, and are
Mm-hmm.
expanding outwards from there. You're already running like a bunny.
So they're way behind me and trying to even check for me. So
hmm
I'm way
Yeah,
ahead.
you do reach finally the inner ring surrounding the temple.
Mm-hmm.
And this will be the bit where you have to start circling around to actually reach the higher buildings, which might get you a chance to do the jump. From here, you can see that the temple itself is mostly open plan, the roof being held up by pillars,
Mm-hmm.
but the walls themselves are almost decorative in nature. They
So
mainly
they're
make up the.
about a few feet tall, and then the rest of it is just massively open.
It's
Hence the
mainly
reason
you
why I'm trying to
see.
get up here to snipe.
Yeah, the actual. You have the. Imagine the temple as one big room. The corners of the room are in place, but the actual main section where the most of the walls should be are actually open plan. And
Okay.
from the position you can see that it is filled up almost entirely with long tables and chairs. The at the end is, you can just make out a rather huge what do you call it? Throne sitting underneath a smashed statue. Upon the throne lays an actual giant skeleton of a truly massive creature. It fills up it's at least a huge size.
Okay.
Large, humanoid, looks kind of like a scum, but it is large and skeletal. And it has too many arms. All around,
Okay.
as you see the actual as you see all the priests make their way inwards, most of them keep taking a seat in between the skeletons as they actually lay at the table. You can already see the captives are already being brought in and are mainly being laid around in the middle of the temple.
All right.
hmm okay, so you want to circle around to here. You're going to have to make a 10-foot jump to clear an alleyway, and then find a way in through the rear of the building, or you can make a more of a diagonal jump and actually try and jump straight from your wall straight through the second floor window of the overhanging building. Although that one's going to be a more difficult jump.
So wait, there's jumps right through a window, or what's the other choice?
You can jump from one rooftop to another and then try and find a way into the taller building, or you can jump immediately straight into the taller building, but it's going to be at an awkward angle.
Yeah, I think I better try and find an easier way into the building, and hopefully less noticeable.
Okay, so that's again, I think you're going to take a 10, so you're going to be clearing that quite easily.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you make the jump, and you are now just behind the rear of the building. This rooftop actually has at least 3 dancing skeletons on it, moving in time with the music that wraps around the city.
Wait, the rooftop I'm on now?
Yep. Although they don't pay any attention to you whatsoever.
So okay, so they're not even bothering with me, so
Mm.
moving on.
Yep.
As long as
The
they
only
don't bother with
thing
me, I don't have to bother with them.
okay.
What do
The
I
thing
see
you
inside
do,
anyway?
1 second.
Sure.
This close to the skeleton, you can see they are starting to slowly take on outlines, as if like a ghostly flame is surrounding them, showing the shape of the flesh they used to wear. Although it's still very pale and insubstantial. Okay,
Okay.
Lucas,
Yep.
you heard the actual description, right?
Of what?
The
A
temple.
room, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically one open plan temple, which is basically laid out with long tables, chairs, and is now becoming a 50-50 mix between dead diners and current priests,
Yeah.
with the prisoners being brought in to actually take central stage of the room.
Yeah.
The way the layout of the room is actually dedicated, it seems that the host of honor, as it was the huge skeleton laying underneath the shattered statue.
Is the skeleton moving at all?
The large one, no. The smaller ones which will share the space with the diners are slowly starting to move.
Okay.
The difference between those skeletons and the ones all around the city are whatever the skeletons at the table probably were scum once.
Okay.
Whereas the skeletons around the city belong to the previous inhabitants.
Okay.
From what you can see in the crowd around the temple, only the actual priests, a couple of servants, guards, and the prisoners are being brought into the temple. The vast majority of the scum are actually surrounding the temple. There is lots of lights, food is being passed around, lots of music, dancing skeletons. The whole thing feels more like a festival.
Okay. So we're gate crashing their Halloween party, but oh well. Right, now, so I'm guessing it's impossible to approach the temple.
If you try to climb the steps to get within the main section of the temple, you would be seen.
And probably very closely watched.
Are there any of the heavily armored guards off looking stuff on their own, like looking up at the rooftops and so on? Or patrolling?
The temple itself is guarded by more of the heavy armored types.
Yep.
Although there are fewer here than there were on the outer walls. Most of the guards are actually inside the temple, but the few that are remaining, most of them are watching the crowd, but a few are watching the rooftops as well. Although that's only happens when one of the scum itself goes from group to group and seems to be telling them something. You'd guess they're probably passing warnings about possible snipers.
Okay, this messenger who's walking around. Can I do a heal check to quickly discern the anatomy, or have I studied scum in the past? Or are they humanoid enough for me to know that?
To be honest, I kind of want to know what the question is here.
Could I do heal to find out if I could do a single really quick lethal thrust? Like, use my medical knowledge to find out what's the best way to quickly kill him.
So basically what you're saying is you want to know if you can use a heal check to temporarily gain the rogue sneak attack.
Something like that, yeah.
No.
Okay. It was worth a question. Because, that tends to be acceptable in games where you get some sort of bonus for being a medical man, because you know how bodies are put together, so you know how to take them apart.
Yeah, but that's kind of what rogues do. They know roughly where the weak points are for stabbing. That's why they get the sneak attack.
And why didn't I put this stupid thing on busy? I don't know.
Well, so obviously I'm going to have to take a level in rogue just for the sneak attack then. Since that's part of the bonus. That's part of the bonus of playing a medical person. Let's see. Okay, so I can't do that because none of my weapons do anywhere near enough damage to be able to instant kill one of them. All my weapons do 1d6 damage. So yeah.
So yeah, you're kind of stuck where you are right now.
I'm just looking through what I actually have to see if there's anything I could do.
Lucas, just to let you know, from the time since you've entered the gate to where you are now...
Yeah, this is what I should know, yeah.
Yeah, the vast majority of the time you had on your spell has ticked away. You've got about a third of it left.
Okay, so I've got 10 minutes.
You got about 10 minutes.
So it's pretty much around this point that I just say... So it's pretty much around this point I say fuck it and leave. Since there's actually nothing else I can do.
Well, you are closer than he is.
Yeah, but there's nothing I can do, and my time's running out, and that's my only exit way.
Okay, so while you are sitting there considering what to do to the messenger and whether or not you should leave, you've climbed onto the back of the building. I'm not really going to make you do much of a check because there's no real enemies and there are ways in. So you quickly find a overhang. You quickly get to the roof of this building.
Alrighty.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you really sure you want to do a flying leap from the top of this building onto the top of this temple?
I thought I was coming up here to try and snipe the leader and stop all of this.
Ah. Well, yeah, from there you've
That'd be-
got...
that
I
would
think
be the
even
first
you realize this is
plan.
not going to happen.
Okay. The...
Which is not going to happen.
Okay. All the scum are continuing to enjoy themselves until the horns ring again, where all the undead freeze, all the scum turn to examine the temple, and the prisoners are now shuffled towards the direct middle of the room, which ignites into blue fire. The
Wait.
large skeleton actually stands up from his throne, puts all four arms towards the heavens, raises back its large shark-like mouth, and howls to the moons.
So wait,
To
are the
which-
people in the middle dead?
What, the prisoners?
Yes.
They are currently burning in blue fire.
So they're dead.
Pretty much gonna be.
So the entire point of trying to save people is now pointless.
Give me a second. To which all the actual priests also stand up and join the howl, which ripples across the city. Soon the skeleton stops, tilts and regards the priests, and starts to speak in a garbled foreign language which you do not understand.
Can I try to jot its sounds down phonetically?
You can try. You get the feeling, though, that whatever it is that's happening here...
Of course, I
isn't
do have another
actually-
3 languages I should have chosen, but oh well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that's happening
Whatever,
here
it doesn't matter. I'm
isn't
just jotting
complete.
stuff down phonetically.
Okay. Whatever ritual is happening here isn't complete. The large giant skeleton is giving some sort of speech towards all the waiting priests.
Okay.
After each point is made, they howl to the city. You do notice that the actual prisoners, while they are withering in pain within the blue fire, are not actually burning yet.
Okay.
They're obviously in great deals of pain, and they are still tired and helpless, but they do not see any blackening flesh, and their clothes are still unharmed.
Does this 4-armed skeleton look like anything like the locust invaders from the previous world?
No, it does not.
Okay.
For
It's
one,
worth a try.
to be honest, it looks kind of like a scum, just scaled up larger, with additional arms and a far wider head.
Kalima.
And another difference is that this thing actually has backward spiraling horns, where no horns are present on the scum.
Mm-hmm.
So, am I in a position where I can actually launch a ranged attack?
Yeah, you can fire at will, just whatever
on.
is your target.
So everyone's looking at the temple now, yeah?
Absolutely everyone is regarding the giant skeleton.
Well, I've got a one-way ticket to get in at least, but then there's no way to get out.
Is there like a lead priest that seems to be doing all this? Or starting
Wait,
all this?
Sorry, go on, Lucas.
No, I was just wondering. It's like, hang on. So everyone's looking at the skeleton. Are they looking up at the skeleton, like not paying attention to the prisoners, or?
Well, the prisoners are in the middle of a giant blue bonfire. Yeah, but everyone is regarding the skeleton as it's making its speeches.
So
The-
is it possible to do stuff? They're too busy focused on the skeleton to actually be able to interact with the prisoners without being noticed.
They are highly distracted, but the prisoners are basically... The big tables basically make a giant C shape with the fire being in the middle of it.
Fishing rod.
You're going to fish prisoners. Okay,
Do you have a better fucking idea?
and let's see, you want to know if there's any particular priest that stands out from the most.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the priests have various different modes and various different kinds of dress. The only one that sticks out more than any of the others is one at the central table. And the only reason he stands out more than the rest is because he is the only one wearing metal. which makes up a large majority of decorative golden and silver objects.
So he looks like he's important. Maybe if I kill him, the magic will stop.
Have you seen any metal weapons at all, by the way?
Hmm?
Have you seen any metal weapons at all on any of the scum?
Let's see. I want you to do a spot check for that, please.
Okay. What stat is spot attributed
That's
to?
wisdom.
Oh, wisdom. Yay, +1.
How far away is he?
14 minus 6 is reconstructed. Okay, for the vast majority, it's stone and bone weapons. But you do notice a bronze dagger belonging to one of the scums in the area, but it's not sized for his hand. Okay.
Okay.
From you up in the sky, up on the opposed, roof, looking over the temple.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's right. It's 20 feet up and down. So that's about like your first increment is 120 feet. You are easily in range of everyone in that blooming temple.
I want to take a extra second to try and make sure I get a good aim and shoot down the head priest.
Okay, you take a shot.
Okay, so that'd be a +1 plus 2 for range, so that's a total +2 plus my dex, which is a +3, so that's a +5.
Mm-hmm.
Go! Foul!
You are not very lucky at shooting at priests, are you?
Do I at least maim one of the other ones?
No, what you do is successfully maim a wooden table.
Dunk.
Quickly try again! They're surprised!
Okay, I'm gonna roll initiative for the priests. Okay, add modify. Okay, roll your initiative.
1d 20.
Okay, so you'll get your turn is next.
Okay. So actually, here's a better question. Would throwing a canister of oil on fire be a better idea?
No.
Don't forget, thrown weapons have a range increment of, depending on what it is you're throwing, somewhere between 5 and 10 feet. This isn't something that was designed to be thrown, so 5 feet. You'll get a -1 to hit for every 5 feet away from the target you are.
But it also does massive splash damage when it hits.
It does. It doesn't do splash damage, and I'll have to roll to see where it lands if you do miss.
Okay.
Just do the arrow.
But I could start everything on fire and cause all kinds of problems for them. Besides, I would assume priests don't have as many hit points as a guard. Might actually get killed by the fire, if I'm lucky.
So, right. So you fired an arrow. Oh, by the way, Lucas, I want to know your initiative score in this, just in case you want to act.
Dang.
Right. So
Lucas goes
Lucas.
wherever he wants to go.
an arrow has appeared on their tables and has startled the priests.
Try it again, harder, harder.
Is there anything you want to do right now?
I'm gonna draw my sickle, brandish it, and point at the rooftops and screech in anger.
Any particular rooftops?
Probably judging. Do I see where the arrow stuck into the table?
Yes, you do, because it's at your end of the. Your end of the plaza.
I'm gonna probably point not completely in the opposite direction, but away. Mostly
Okay.
at like the nearest rooftops and stuff.
Make
You know,
a bluff.
yeah. Oh, fuck, really?
Make a
Bluff.
bluff.
Fine.
Bluff.
So that's +1.
But it's believable, so you'll get plus and a 4 modifier.
+4.
Plus
Yes, because
So
it
that's
is
a
a
5 in
believable
total.
lie.
4. Oh yeah.
Okay, the arrow appears in the table, and the crowd is stunned, but your shriek of anger and pointing soon has all the crowd nearby you looking to the rooftop and surging forward.
Away from the temple.
Okay, yep, towards the rooftops you pointed at. Seeing the
Cool.
surging crowd, most of them it starts to have a kind of knock-on effect, because surely a whole bunch of them sending towards one rooftop means they know what's happening.
Which gives me another chance to shoot them.
Which was brandishing a rare metal weapon as well.
They don't care. You pointed, and they went in anger.
True. Well, I waved the metal weapon around, hoping it'd be sort of show off some sort of authority, possibly.
Yeah, you've got at least some of the crowd heading towards that direction, and other members of the crowd looking in that direction at least.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to take another pot shot, or did you want to try and throw that fire grenade?
Pot shot. It's gonna be less epic fail than the grenade.
But the epic grenade could possibly toast multiple victims.
You're getting a -30. You do realize that? At least.
Ranger plus 3 dex. That's 4.
It's more like a -7.
Okay.
Well, it's about I'd say somewhere between a 7 and 8. So.
1d20 plus 4 to try and shoot again with the arrow. Come on, kill the big guy. Kill the big guy. 22!
Okay, you strike the priest even as he's surging to his feet.
Roll the damage.
1d8 plus 2. Should I get more for aim down as it is?
No.
Stop trying to get bonuses. Roll the dice.
Oh god, I think he's down.
Okay, you strike the priest. You can tell even from now that the wound isn't fatal, but he definitely clutches at it and actually drops to one knee before crawling underneath the table.
Ha ha!
All the priests all around actually quickly start seeing that the arrows are still coming in, quickly dive up from the tables and start taking cover either behind tables or behind pillars.
Mm-hmm.
Now's the time for the fire grenade.
Yeah,
I'll basically rush in with the guards.
The undead skeletons at the table are still going through the motions of toasting to the giant skeleton as it still goes on with its speeches completely undisturbed.
So the priests don't have control over the skeletons, but we still have a chance to save people, as we are now making panic and scattering people.
I'm guessing all the guards are running into the room.
You've got some of the guards heading towards where you've done the shouting. You've got most of the rest of the guards are heading in to actually try and perform bodyguard duties to the priests. And a rare few are still looking around on the rooftops, trying to see where the other arrow came from.
I'll be swept along with the guards running in to be bodyguards.
Okay, I want to make a bluff check right now.
God damn it. But I'm just being dragged along with the surge of, like, we must protect our holy people.
Actually, you know what? My spot check sucks
1 or
ass.
+5?
Yeah, I was gonna say, actually, these are kind of stupid creatures, aren't they? When they're anti-bluff, kind of suck nuts.
Yeah, I must admit, my ability to roll a decent spot and believe check is really pathetic right now. Basically...
Do I get a +4 for it being a believable bluff?
You are running with the guards, yes, because let's face it.
So you're getting inside the temple easy as pie.
Bam.
Okay, yes. They don't even question the fact that one of their own is rushing to the aid of the priests.
Mm-hmm.
If it helps,
every extra body to help protect their priests, apparently.
If it helps, some of the prisoners are actually starting to roll themselves out of the blue fire, although they are still tightly bound and can pretty much only worm.
Is anyone looking at the prisoners?
Not really. They're mainly trying to find this
bundling.
They're mostly trying to find protection for their priests right now, which I'm going to make it even more difficult for them.
I screech again and point out the rooftops, whilst running over to where the wounded one fell by the table.
Okay, right. Drawing more attention to yourself as you point towards the rooftops. Do you even point at this guy?
+5 again.
I'm gonna make a roll to see if I can spot Ranger Boy. Sorry, Ranger Girl. My God, what the hell is wrong with these things?
Blind as a bat!
Okay. With the screeching and the incoming arrows, some of the priests start casting. In order to protect themselves from arrows and give themselves cover, 3 of the priests cast Concealing Mist.
Sweet. So, as soon as I see the mist,
so in
I'm
other
pretty
words,
much just
Edward,
gonna
you have just been
walk up to
granted
the
a
prisoners.
massive bonus
By
to
the way-
getting these humans out of here.
Yeah.
Mainly it's
But wait,
working
no, dude,
on
are they
the...
humans, though? What are they?
Huh?
What are the prisoners?
Humanoids.
Humans.
Yeah, but I'm closer now. I can actually see them. What are they?
They appear to be... the majority of them appear to be elves.
Oh, god damn it. Fine. As I'll pretty much shout out in common, hoping that not in common, but when they cast the mist, I'll make my way to the prisoners and just slash their bonds and give them like my dagger and sickle.
Right, you're gonna run in there and start slashing bonds while they put up the mists.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
From your vantage point on the building, while a lot of the crowd and some of the guards are heading in roughly the wrong way, you do get the feeling that the sheer amount of scum and the scrutiny on the buildings are like where you're in and around you. The next shot you take is pretty much going to give away your position. There's just too many eyes. So it's up to you what you're going to do.
Actually, do I notice that one of the scum is cutting the prisoners free?
I'm going to guess not really, because the area is now filling up with a thick fog which is blocking most line of sight.
But
I'm
one of
gonna
them
guess-
was walking towards the prisoners while the fog was rolling in.
I think at the
Probably
time
not.
he was running towards the high priest.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he's doing his job, in which case I can make a run for it now.
Yeah, and don't forget to use darkness soon, if they do catch you.
Yes, if they do try to catch up with me, I can cast Darkness to get the hell out of Dodge.
No, only use it if they actually catch you and like try to corner you.
Mm-hmm.
You can only do it once, so...
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
So, actually, which is the quickest way out of town? Would it be to head towards the water and run in the shallow water, or would it be to head for the walls?
From where you are, where the temple is situated, let's see, if you could go back the way you went, because you know the route,
Mm-hmm.
but unfortunately you've made some commotion on that route, so I'm not sure how guarded it will be for you. That's the most well known. You can head off to the east, which will bring you it'll bring you to a wall, but it's an area you don't know, and it's quite, you can see even from where you are, the wall is still a fair distance. You can get to the harbour from here, but it would actually include jumping over a main street again, and then making your way through some houses and into what looks like a dock. More of a dock? What do you call it? Warehouse area.
I'd say I'm going to risk it and try and head back the same way I came in.
Okay.
At least I know what the hell I'm doing, and there's less chance of them trying to actually stop me on the way there. And if nothing else, if I do end up not making one of my jumps, it's called a full-on sprint as hard as I can, and there's not enough of them to keep up with me.
Now, if only you had your raptor.
Actually, that would be an idea as well. While I'm running, do I get to try and signal the raptor to come for me?
Only by the wall.
It would have to be within at least line of sight, or at least somewhere within hearing, and you'd have had to actually have trained it to come and call.
And I've already trained it some basics, but I don't know if I've actually trained any of them for here.
You've trained it to
Attack.
To my knowledge, so far you've trained it to come at call and attack.
So actually, wouldn't the trying to get to come to me be the same thing as the second one?
Yeah, basically, if you can get to roughly where an area where it could see or hear you, you could probably call it to you.
Okay, so I'd have to try and make it to the wall then.
Okay, right. So you're going to start heading back down the route you came.
As
It's going to
fast
take
as
you at least.
possible.
It's going to take you at least a turn to get out of this building and back to the rooftop with the skeletons. Okay, let's skip back to Lucas. Right. you start slashing bonds and pulling the elves out of the fire. Which you notice that though, even when your hand passes through it, although it hurts, doesn't actually burn you in any way. Although you do notice that your disguise has failed wherever it touches the fire.
Okay.
So let's hurry this thing up.
Okay, so
No. I was only cutting up the ones who were off. Yeah, or cutting up the ones away from fire and like just give them the dagger because that's like they're better with my weapons than I am.
okay, how long are you going to spend doing this? Because there are about 20 prisoners, and you've only freed about two or three of them so far.
Yeah, and I hand over the sickle and the dagger so they can free others as well.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any plan on how to get these prisoners out of here?
But
Oh,
this
by
point,
the way, Mr.
Yeah?
Stampy, the giant skeleton, is still giving his little orientation speech.
Okay, I'm gonna get my shovel and I'm gonna go and try and clobber the wounded priest and kill him without people noticing in the mists.
He's going to coup de grace my kill.
You're gonna beat a high priest to death with a freaking shovel?
See
Yes.
if it helps.
Hey, it's a two-handed weapon. It's the only thing I'll have which will do any damage.
Okay.
Coup de grace.
Right, you head back towards you. Remember where the priest was.
Yeah,
Okay,
under
he
the
is.
table.
Yeah, he is still roughly hiding under the table, but you do notice that there are guards nearby.
Yeah. Are they looking
You s-
my way?
They are mainly looking out, but you don't think it's going to take much for them to notice. They are like within 10 feet of the priest.
I think they might notice the ping sound.
Okay, this is gonna suck, but how fragile is the lantern I have?
You mean if you decided to chuck the damn thing, would it go pop and explode into fire?
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
Okay, I'm gonna throw the lantern at him.
Burn the witch! Burn the witch! We shall cleanse
Okay.
the earth with fire!
Dexterity roll attacks to see what you do.
I've got no dexterity. It's 1d20
You got a
plus
+1 attack bonus, so
Yeah.
yeah.
And he's flat-footed. And
Yeah.
cowering under a table.
Yeah, whatever, roll.
I don't know what I... Oh,
Dude,
I
if
have
you
to
can
refresh.
kill him. Oh.
I have to
You get
refresh.
D20 plus your base attack plus your
Yeah,
dexterity, so D20 plus 1.
I just tried to put it in, but it didn't appear, so hang on, I need to refresh.
Oh, never mind. That was a roll from him. Never mind.
Give me a sec. I have to refresh it because it's all busted down on me.
Gosh, I should have
Like,
eaten a half hour ago.
It's like 2 scums I've set on fire here in one session. Hopefully.
Hmm.
And hey, don't diss shovels as weapons, okay?
I don't know. I used to have a character who used to... Well, not my character, but I used to DM for
I've got a
character who used to
19!
shovel. Okay, right. So you hit directly on target, shattering burning, flaming liquid all over the High Priest.
So he takes 1d3 minus 1 damage from the thrown
Uh-huh.
weapon.
Yeah, he does one... Yeah, basically you take D2 damage. Oh, sorry, D3 minus 1. Go on, roll it.
1 point of damage. And then 1d6 for the flame.
And then 1d6 for the flame.
Boom. 3 more damage.
Okay.
4 damage altogether for that.
Okay, 4, and if I remember, you did 10 damage to him.
Mhm.
Yep.
So that's 14. Let's see,
I
that's...
do believe he's in the negatives by
Okay.
this point.
The High Priest basically flails about in flame before collapsing onto the ground.
Woo!
Has anyone noticed?
He's burning, he's on fire, he's lit up the immediate area of the mist. The 2 guards are already turning.
I dive under a table.
Wait a second. As the High Priest dies, you do notice one thing. As he crashes to the floor and scatters a lot of his golden jewelry, a shudder runs through all of the undead.
Yes!
Uh-oh.
Although they
I think they've
continue
just-
on with their little
I
orientation
think they
meeting.
just lost control of the undead. Although, hang on. Okay, quickly gather up the jewelry? See if it can control them.
Okay. You
Dude, I think they'll notice.
I have no idea what... I have no idea what oh, dude, I'm diving under the table where he was.
Right. You
Whilst
said
making sure
you
they don't notice me.
right. So you're gonna dive under the table where the undead are. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm diving under a table for cover.
I'll feed them in a minute if they haven't. Right. You dive under the table. You said you wanted to loot the high priest of his sparkles.
Any of the sparkles that rolled under the table away from him.
Okay.
As you said, they sort of scattered.
Ryan, you said you were armed with your shovel. Okay, you flip him over with your shovel quickly, and you see that a lot of his burning sickly flesh is covered in like gold rings and jewelry.
Yeah.
The only one is different is a rather ornate chest piece, which contains what was it? Which is wrapped around his neck on a golden chain. The actual center contains a wide-mouthed shark-toothed skeletal head with a onyx crystal actually within its jaws. You believe this might have something to do with it because the gem is slightly chipped, and that probably only happened when it smashed on the floor.
Smash it harder.
No! Take control of the undead. Have them attack the scum.
That's also true too.
I quickly grab it and yank it off and hope it doesn't burn my hand like in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I'm gonna roll for the burning scum burning your hand. Okay, you take 1 point of fire damage as you as you loot the burning priest. Okay. Yep. As you pick up the amulet, you do feel a dark energy starting flowing through your hand. You're not entirely sure how to work it though.
I focus my mind and I picture a scum in my mind and I picture skeletons beating them to death.
Okay, I'm gonna make you do a will check.
So for stupidity, I'm guessing.
D20 plus your will save.
D20 plus 3. Yeah, I'm guessing this is a save versus stupidity.
Oh, I think you failed that already.
Hang on, I don't know. I'm just working with the data you give me.
Okay. Right. You try and push that image into the actual amulet that you have in your hand, and you can feel it try and resist and push back. It gives a little, but the resistance of the actual amulet itself holds.
Okay.
And yeah, the guards are kind of looking at, some kind of half scum, half human thing crouched over there, like fallen high priest, fiddling around with his jewelry, armed with a spade.
You gotta wish harder.
Yeah, I pretty much look up at them. I hiss and try to be like all demonic, and then I fervently like focus and try to make it work again whilst I scurry off under the table to stay out of their reach.
Right, so you're gonna force your wheel while scurrying like a rat.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to do initiative because I'm assuming this is a different combat because this is a new situation. Okay, they're going at initiative 9. Yeah, you're going at initiative...
I fucking hope those elves are running away.
12. Okay, you get to act first. I'm gonna like scuttle you 30 feet along the tables, and you're gonna make another. Yeah, and I'm gonna let you do another will save to try and force your will upon this amulet.
Yeah, you piece of shit!
Yeah, it's not impressed by your willpower.
Don't make me melt you with science.
You hear the one guard stops to like start screaming something in its harsh guttural language of wet, growling noises, while the other one rushes directly to you, stopping only to body slam the table to knock it away.
I'm gonna be scurrying towards the mists afterwards. Do I get an attack of opportunity as he slams the table?
No, it's a long table and he doesn't do it directly over you.
My
you do notice
are
that both of them have pulled their onyx-edged blades.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna guess you're gonna scurry like a rat.
I'm gonna scurry towards the mists, yeah.
Okay, do I see all this happening, by the way, as I'm assuming I'm still coming down the building?
No, you're running away. You're running away.
That's been 4 turns, so you've been down the building to where the skeletons were to. Can you do a jump check to make that alley? No, don't worry, it's a 10. So you jump that and you start heading back the way you came. I'm gonna roll to see if you run into any slards. Slards? You
Scum.
Neat.
By the
Scum.
way, that was
Don't
my
suck.
roll for my other will check.
Actually,
Okay.
I'm not seeing it now. Now I need to refresh
You
the
can-
table.
Okay, you're 22. Your will force the picture back into the skeleton. Sorry, back into the amulet, and you can definitely feel something happening. Whatever speech the giant skeleton is giving is becoming more slurred and distorted, and it seems to be trying to like push against something.
It's gonna
Most
take
of the
multiple
actual
tries, yeah.
huh?
It's gonna take multiple tries. I think I can
Yeah.
assume that much.
Most of the actual dining skeletons that were dining are already off script and standing and looking around. But from all around the city, you can start hearing more and more shouts of fear and pain.
Ah, so some of the outer skeletons have actually started turning against the scum.
This is gonna be a very weird story when we come back. They're like, so McKellen's like, so what happened to the other guys? Oh, they tried to infiltrate and they died. You come in your raptor being like, there was some dark ceremony, I managed to disrupt it, and then I come back with a fucking undead army.
I don't think they're going to allow us to keep the undead army.
Yeah, so,
True.
right, let's see, you ran down the building, you ran on it, you jumped up there. Yeah, the three dancing skeletons behind you on the rooftops as you run. Yeah, you can see that they are no longer dancing, and they are no longer giggling their little happy giggles. They're in fact screaming in anger and hurling themselves off the building.
Screaming anger and jumping off the buildings, rather? Like, say they might be jumping after somebody to attack them?
You'd have to look over the edge, but yes, there are scum down there.
Okay, I look over to have to see what they're doing.
Yeah, you can see these scum are now locked in tooth to claw of combat with a lot of the humanoid skeletons.
All of which have turned against them, and all of which they really have no weapons to fight against.
The scum are always armed.
Yeah, but how do claws
they're
work
armed
against
with
damage
slashing
reduction?
and stabbing weapons, not blunt weapons. it would
Ah,
seem.
but that's why they always come prepared and have a biting weapon, which counts as sharp, slashing, and crushing.
Ah, so they have at least a little bit of crushing, but that's not gonna hold up for long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from where you can see at the edge, not all of the skeletons have turned. Most of the the vast majority of these bone pile skeletons you can see are mainly frozen in place.
They're just kind of going, what the hell's going on?
Although wherever you can see an actual scum skeleton, it mainly still remains dancing.
I'm also gonna be screaming at the elves, like, for the love of the gods, free yourselves and get the hell out!
Yeah, you can't see them through the mists.
But I'm still shrieking in common.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Okay.
So
So,
hopefully those elves... actually, that's another point. Do I see any escaping elves at this point as I'm watching this freelance battle in the streets?
No, not really. From where you are, you've already got your back to the temple and are heading away. So, that's
well,
fine.
something's up. Well, I might as well use it to my advantage. Run away!
Okay. Yeah, you still don't encounter any scum. This is kind of surprising. And I'll
They
roll
were
again once
technically
you hit
all
the
really busy
intersection.
over by the temple, and now they're all being pinned towards the temple by a barrage of angry humanoid skeletons.
Hmm. Okay, let's go back to you in the temple,
Running
scurrying
in
like a rat.
circles.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. From where you are scurrying, you can actually start hearing the chanting of the priests. And you can actually feel a lot of the undeads. You can definitely feel in the amulet something happening.
Hmm.
But you
Well,
get the feeling that whatever it is they're doing, they're focusing it through your amulet.
Pity I haven't got any more. Pity I haven't got any like run by attacks. Using the will, I'm guessing that's a full action.
You can still do a movement while focusing will, yes.
Okay, no, I mean the focusing will is a full action thing. Yeah.
It's partial.
Okay, so I could do that and clobber a priest around the head with a shovel to this make them break concentration.
No, I'm afraid it's going to be.
Okay.
It's like an attack move action rather than a movement action.
Okay. Okay.
You know, it's like a wizard casting spells. That still requires the concentration.
Well, let's see. Well, worst comes to worst, I can always break the amulet, and God knows what happens then. But do I think the elves have gone yet, or are they still milling around here?
You can still see the blue flame in the center of the area, but mainly for its glow through the mists. But the mists block line of sight to about 10 feet.
So, okay, I'm just gonna keep shouting in common. It's like, if you can see a priest, stab them! Apart from that, please run! And I'm gonna focus my will whilst trying to, like, vanish into the mists and probably head towards the exit.
Okay, so you're gonna run. So, right, for you, you're gonna peg it out of the temple. Yeah. You're still gonna try and suppress. You're still gonna press your will onto the thing. Right, from where you are on the main street, you can head back via the main streets the way you got in.
Should I roll will first, though?
1 second. Okay. Or you can cut down one of the side alleys and try and make your way that way. You can see another main entrance heading towards the harbour, or you can try and cross the town completely via another road. So which kind of direction are you trying to go?
I'll head back down the... I'll head the direct way, mostly through the side alleys, which probably will be less cluttered with fighting scum.
Okay, but basically heading back roughly the way you came.
Yeah, and shouting at the elves, like, if you can see me, follow me. Shall I roll the will now?
Yes, please.
21.
Okay, right. You can feel more of the skeletons start turning, but you can definitely start feeling more familiar. As you use the amulet more, you start to feel more and more familiar with it, and you soon start to realize that you're not exactly turning the skeletons, but more releasing control of them.
Okay. Well, that'll do as well.
You can, from around the city through this amulet, you can actually feel the hatred towards the scum from most of the undead. But you're also beginning to feel something else. You're beginning to feel something far stronger, turning its attention back towards the ceremony, something a great distance away towards the north.
I'm guessing, do I feel that if I destroyed the crystal, would it free the skeletons, or would it just make them fall apart?
You have no idea.
Knowledge. Yeah, I don't have any good knowledge to help me with this.
You would need arcane or religious.
Yeah, I don't have that. I wasn't a religious fellow. God damn it, Oswald!
You chicken shit motherfucker!
Okay, so I'm running down the alleys as this kind of strange human scum hybrid. The elves are hopefully following me. There's scum fighting undead everywhere, and I'm pegging it down some alleyways towards the main gate.
Yeah, and there are armored scum thrashing around trying to find you through the mists.
Yeah.
And you can feel the undead priests trying to restore order amongst the undead.
Yeah, well, I'm fleeing. Bye, yoink.
Okay, I'm gonna roll. Okay, there is a scum right in front of you. It turns the corner as you make it into the alley. It takes one look at your half-human, half-scum appearance and shrieks in rage and lunges at you.
I do a full withdrawal.
Initiative, please.
Yeah, do your attack.
Okay, it's going by initiative 7. You're going by initiative
so it gets
5. Yeah, it recovers from the surprise round first and charges at you and tries to slash you with a claw. And it fails.
Bye, yoink.
Okay, you're going to do a full withdrawal and hike up your skirts and run.
Pretty much.
Okay, you won't be able to... If you do a full withdrawal,
yeah,
that's basically you can do up to a run action, but you're not going to be able to focus on the amulet if you do that.
Fair enough.
Okay, so hike up your skirts and run.
Yep.
To be honest, the amulet has enough of its own problems right now.
Okay, right. Hiking up the skirt, you run. Okay, on the rooftops.
I continue to watch the chaos as I make my way out.
Okay.
Actually, that's a good point. So do I see the fleeing people now?
You can see No, you're way away from the temple at this stage. You're about all the way back. Oh, by the way, Lucas, the sky is pretty much collapsing as of now.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm surprised it took this long.
Yeah,
I fully expected you to make a collapse in the middle of the party and be like, "Hi guys."
I'm not an ass. I am keeping a rough track of how long you've been in here. Right. Yeah. As you run across the rooftops, you actually hit that main intersection where you did your little bow trick, and there are 2 scum that actually can see you. And then they are on the rooftop.
Oh, me?
Yep.
Well, can they shoot at me?
They do have throwing spears, but they're going at initiative 11. They spot you about 50 feet from where they are, which is a full run action towards the edge of the main street.
Well, here's my initiative. Bugger.
Okay, they go first. Alright,
Well,
the
they
first
gotta try
one...
to hit me from 50 feet, and with spears, I think that'd be a negative.
Yep. Okay, the first scum chucks its spear at you. Which misses, and the second scam does the same.
Ping.
Yeah.
Detect
You managed to-
weakness in my enemy.
Yeah, you step between the incoming spears without any issue. Although you do see them crack against the stonework, and they are carrying significant power behind them, even if they don't exactly, even if they're not exactly being thrown straight here.
Alrighty, I've got a surprise for them. I call it fire grenade.
You're chucking at 50 feet.
I'm gonna walk in.
Use fairy fire. Fairy fire is better in this situation.
Fairy fire highlights targets. It doesn't actually
Okay, sorry.
burn anyone.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
okay.
gonna say, I don't think that's an actual attack. Actually, that's a point. Actually, well, if I do blind them, that'll be in my path, though, too.
And you can't see through your darkness either.
So...
Wait. But doesn't the fairy fire counteract it?
Nope.
Okay, because I thought you
Darkness
could
counteracts fairy fire.
Okay, no, because I thought you could be like fairy fire the scum, darkness, and then
So
see
I
where
take
their outlines
it,
are.
And the other one is not an attack, I assume. The other spell I can do is not an attack, I assume.
No, it's dancing lights. It's literally just like an orb of light.
But could I possibly use it in front of their eyes to blind them?
No, that's a different spell. It's not that kind of bright light. It's more like a soft glow.
So, 50 feet away, is there a distance I can walk closer without having to do a jump?
You can move up to 30 feet, and at this section of the rooftops, it's all kind of packed in, so you won't have to jump anything.
Okay, so I'll walk into 30 feet and toss my little fire grenade at them.
Okay. That will put you 20 feet away, so that would be a -4. You have dexterity. You'll be throwing at -1.
D20, I have dex, that's a plus 3.
Yeah, it's
minus
1d20
1.
-1.
Do I get a plus for ranger at all?
Wait, yes.
So that would be
So
just a
it's
straight up D20 then?
Yeah.
Okay. 17!
Okay. Smash the, wait a minute, how do you ignite it?
Yeah.
Strike a match, light it, and then toss.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah,
assume that
'cause
you
oil
pulled the
burns, it
lid
doesn't
off
explode,
while
yeah.
you were walking, so...
Yeah.
Okay, you smash the... Okay, so can you do D3 plus your strength for the damage that you that you hit it with?
D3 plus my strength.
Yeah, and then plus D6 for fire.
Plus my strength, so that's a plus 2. And a 1d6.
That's 11. Okay, the scum that actually you smashed into flames starts screaming and clawing at its skin as it moves backwards. Its heel hits the edge of the wall and it falls over, flaming death into the street below.
Woot!
The scum beside him gets 2 points of flaming damage and looks kind of very angry. And charges directly at you, going for a full bull rush.
Alrighty, Chuckles, let's see what you can do.
Sidestep.
Okay, gets 5 on its bull rush. You can do a dexterity check to avoid, if you wish, or you can try and oppose with strength.
If I oppose, does that mean I just stop him, or does that mean I get to flip him over my head and...
Oh, actually,
throw
wait a
him
minute.
away?
No, sorry, that was my touch attack. I failed to connect.
So he keeps running off the other side of the building.
And he basically runs to where you should have hit him, and then like stops himself and turns around. But basically, it means that the thing is like 5 feet from you.
Full withdraw.
I Actually, that's a point. Can I make a full run and get the hell away?
From where you are, full withdrawal will take you to that 15-foot jump, but then you're gonna have to leap it.
Alrighty, let's go for it.
Okay, because you're doing a full withdrawal to remove a won't get attack of opportunity, and remember you need that 13.
For that
1d20.
13, I just rolled 1d20.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're looking for a 13 or higher.
Oh, win.
Oh wait, that means you don't even hit the edge. You actually clear it that extra 5 feet to just land on the opposed roof.
Yep.
So you can just slap your button and keep on running.
Running, and he's gonna have a hell of a time catching up.
Yeah, the Scum ain't even gonna try and match that.
He's just looking at me like, what the hell just happened? I lost my buddy, and now the person that killed him is running off without the second thought. I suck as a warrior.
Now, in an epic tracking shot, as we follow the flaming body falling down to the floor, we see me running past, screaming.
Give me a second. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna see you jumping across the roof, and then we're gonna zoom into the background where we see a little priest with his skirts hiked up, running across the alleyway.
Apothecary, not priest. I'm still legging.
Okay, you can feel as you run.
And I'll be doing my will check again.
Okay, you manage to stay clear. You're still spotted, and people are still shouting out the alarm and pointing towards you.
Yeah.
And you get the feeling that this is definitely going to get you the wrong kind of attention very quickly. However, you can definitely feel dark energy starting to encroach into the amulet.
Can I use my will on it again?
You can, yeah, you can, but you can definitely feel something from outside the city is definitely trying to actually suppress something.
Okay. I'm running through the alleyways towards the gatehouse.
Okay, you're gonna full run, or are you gonna try and actually do something with that amulet?
Didn't I just do it? I'll try it again then. Yeah. I'll try to do something to the amulet again.
Okay, alright, alright, you force your will on it. Okay.
It suddenly is enveloping your body, you become one with the amulet.
Okay, with that kind of will spell, you actually stumble to a stop and fall to your hands and knees, gasping as you feel a dark power actually clawing its way into your body.
Okay, you win. Smash it.
Alright, you're gonna spend your next turn trying to smash it.
No, I'm gonna start running and probably scraping it along a wall as I run.
What? You have no idea how to destroy dark artifacts. My god, what is wrong with you?
Hey, he's chiseling away at it.
It's like, screw the epic, no, destroying the artifact thing. I'm fucking trying to run away from my life here. I'm not even supposed to be out here.
Okay, can you roll a strength check as keep your hand on the wall? To actually push it up as you run. My god, you actually roll good for shit. Okay. Forcing yourself back up to your feet, you start running down the alley back towards your retreat. Scum are already starting to poke their heads out of doorways, fighting skeletons in the street, and actually taking notice of you as you run, sparks scraping behind you as you start rubbing the gold and damaging the crystal in his amulet.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually feel it crack slightly as you move, and more of the actual neutral skeletons start flaying into action.
Okay, I keep
fly into
running.
action as in how?
As in, most of the neutral skeletons that were just standing there watching are now just randomly attacking people.
Keep doing it! They've gone mad!
One of which actually lunges straight at you.
Well, it better be a good hit.
Okay.
This is gonna be like an untrained tumble. Just fuck it, just run past.
Okay, the skeleton makes a slice at you.
Yep.
But fails to hit.
Bing! Keep going!
Christ, yeah, full withdrawal.
Stand and fight!
Fuck this!
Stand and fight. I believe there's 2 words for this, Mr. GM. Fuck and you. Running.
This is almost like what Vash the Stampede has to put up with.
Okay.
God.
Alright, so Alright, let's get back to the other way where someone has jumped the roof and is now running. Okay, I'm not going to make you do the jump.
Close in, Dark Elf's still running for it.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you do the I am going to check for each section that you crossed, though. Okay, that section is fine. Oh, okay. Right. As you run, you've already leapt 2 more small alleyways, and you run into another patrol of scum looking over the rooftops. The patrol consists of one of the shell-armored ones, who's obviously on guard looking for whoever's crossing these rooftops.
Dropkick him off the roof!
Seeing you approaching him at full run, he points his obsidian edge blade at you and roars challenge.
Bull rush. Just bull rush him off.
Yeah, I think actually that's probably about the best option. I'm just going to be bull rushing my sword out. If he happens to be in my way, so be it. He gets a nice sword in my way. If not, I just keep running.
Okay, right, so you're going to bull rush him. Okay, you run straight at him. Now, he's already prepared an action, so that if you approach, he's going to make an attack at you. So, as you run straight at him, he rolls his attack. And actually hits you. How much HP do you have again?
9.
9? Are you freaking kidding me?
You told me to roll, and I rolled the 9, dude.
Dude, you suck.
He's dead.
Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 1 HP.
Running, 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 running.
Does he still succeed the bull rush?
He does do his touch attack to see if his bull rush collides.
1d20.
Plus.
You have 1 HP. If it survives, it's going to kick your ass.
Yeah.
Okay, so right,
And
it's
that's
1d20. You get, let's see, strength, rangerness.
2.
That's 1, 2, 3.
3.
It's basically a melee. Oh, don't forget your charge. So that's what
10.
10?
Well, it's +2 for charge or +1?
It's +2.
Yeah, then there should be a 10.
Okay.
+2 for the strength, +2 for the charge, +1 for the ranger.
You roll a 5. You suck.
So it's 10.
Give me a second. What's the touch AC of one of these? 10. 10? It's a dexterity bonus. Ugh. Okay, right. So you slam into... Oh, I know why. Sorry, the armored scum, the ones I've got. I'm trying to work out why on my notes they don't have a dexterity bonus, but it's because they are overloaded with stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So, you slam into him with a shoulder charge. You now do an opposed strength check. 1d20 plus your strength.
Please don't suck.
Got him.
You hope. I'm pretty
13.
sure Bull Rush works by opposed strength check. I think you can do a dexterity to avoid as well. Give me a second. You know, I've never actually had a party member do a freaking Bull Rush before. I've done it myself, but I can't remember. If there's
My
another...
character's about to die.
It is indeed a great possibility.
No, because at that point you just go, darkness!
True.
Yeah, but you only have 1 HP. At this stage, it just needs to kind of like slap you.
Yeah, but with darkness, he can't even slap me.
Please no, with 1 HP you can't even jump off the wall onto your raptor safely.
Yes, well, hopefully I have other people that will bust the blockades in front of me now. Because I assume by this point you guys are trying to catch up.
Guys, it's me on my own. I don't know where the L's are.
I thought they were either right behind you or right ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
They might be right behind me following the trail of sparks and screaming scum fighting the skeletons.
Okay, right. We make opposed strength checks. You get +2 because you're charging.
Oh, so it's a 15.
So that's a 15 then.
Okay. And I get 6. So, you're 15 opposed to my 6. The difference is 9. So the closest 5 for that is 10. So you push me back 10 feet. And that, my friend, is an alley. So I'm going to make a reflex save. And that is not a 15. And I'm going to take my 2d6 falling damage. I
Ouch.
live. Yeah, so you shoulder check it off the wall.
And that hurt.
Yeah.
I continue to run. They'll be probably slightly hindered.
As long as you have
aren't
1
you-
HP left, you're okay.
Now, at this point, as your DM, I turn around and say, aren't you glad these are stone weapons and suffer a minus penalty to their damage?
Frel.
Okay.
Armor, where art thou? I thought you... And besides, isn't the player supposed to get it on a tie?
What?
You tied with my armor.
No, it's that
No.
is what you
You
need
match.
to hit.
Yeah, you match or you equal or get better. This isn't Scion.
Yeah. So you charge, it slaps you. You shoulder check it off the wall. You hop over the alley. You keep going. If it helps, the outer wall is now within sight.
What about me?
Okay.
That
so
raptor
you-
had better hop up good and high.
Okay, right. So let's go back to our other running little girl.
Hi, you're meant to go low. Guy, I'm a guy. My name's Edwin.
You're wearing a dress.
Edward. Hi, Edward.
It's trench coat. Edwin.
Okay, who can tell? You're wearing a mask
Captain
with
Burns.
dildo on the front. Alright.
Dildo face.
Alright, so I'm gonna guess, are you gonna press your will against the intruding darkness, or are you just gonna keep running and smashing?
Smashing.
Okay.
Running and smashing.
I need you to make a will save anyway, though.
Okay. So my will. Boom.
Okay, so you can feel it trying to take control of your body as you keep running. Now, can you make a strength check as you continue hammering this thing against a wall as you run like a girl? Okay.
I believe that's still harming it.
And okay, you continue running, dragging the thing across the wall. It's definitely still taking more damage as you're leaving tiny flecks of gold behind it, but that's not a lot.
Yeah, running down the building.
It's like, where the hell's the exit?
Okay. Okay, let's see if a scum tries to get in your way, shall we? And the answer is yes. A scum
Fuck it.
moves in front of you and it tries to capture you. And by capture, I mean it swings a sword at you.
Oh dear.
Does a 21 hit you?
Yes.
Dude, a 10 hits him.
How much HP do you have?
More than me.
12 left.
12 left.
9
Okay, you
left.
have 9 left. Wow, that sucked. I rolled a 1.
I am blessed by Lady Luck. Full withdrawal.
Yeah, you're in a city surrounded by people trying to kill you, surrounded by undead trying to kill you, with a cursed amulet attached to your hand. You are truly blessed.
I'm still alive.
Still alive! Still running!
Okay, so you take another, let's see, that puts you to this intersection. Yeah, you can see the outer wall as well.
I'm like a trainee Rincewind.
Yeah, not that cool. Okay, let's see, Matt, your next turn, you do not receive any more issues. The next turn of running puts you... Okay, you got a right. Okay, right. You've now hit the stage where you've run all the way back to the way you've came, dodging most of the opposition, which is too far away to actually intercept you. And you are now at a stage where you've got a choice. You can either shimmy back down the chimney to get to the ground floor, dart out of the building across the 2 alleyways and up the wall, or you can make a flying leap to make it to the wall.
Shimmy down.
If I don't make the flying leap, do I take damage for falling?
Yes.
You will take a 1d6.
Shimmy
Because
down.
you'll-
Shimmy down.
Shimmy down. Fuck that.
Fuck the damage. Fuck the damage. They're too far away to catch me anyways. Shimmy down.
Okay, right. You quickly dive into the chimney, brace yourself, and start lowering yourself down. I want you to do a strength check to avoid slipping.
1d20 plus 2. Do not fail me now.
That'll
Just
do.
enough.
Yeah, don't worry, you get your strength bonus plus the +5 because you can brace against the opposite wall.
Oh,
You
that's
lower
right.
yourself
I forgot
downwards
+5.
quite rapidly. Can you do a listen check?
Listen check for me again.
Yes.
1d20 plus. I believe that's just a. Oh. Thank goodness I have the booklet right here.
You get wisdom +2 for being an elf, plus whatever skills you sunk into.
Wisdom. So my wisdom. That's a +1 plus the 2 for being an elf, so that's a 3. Right.
Elf, you have neglected your senses. Alright, roll it. 14. Okay, as you're lowering yourself down the chimney, you can hear noise from the ground floor. Okay, running little girly man. Okay, you've crossed 2 more alleyways, and you can now directly in line of sight of the main wall. I need you to do a will save as the amulet once more tries to claim you.
I'm gonna throw that thing in the
Fuck you! My soul's my own.
Okay, now you want to do a strength check if you can continue slamming this thing. This is the most indignified way of trying to get rid of a cursed amulet ever.
10, still doing it. It's a little weaker than last time, but still flicking off bits.
Okay, that's not really doing a huge amount of damage in noticing, and can you do it once more because of the second turn?
Can I try forcing my will on it instead?
You can try. So you can slow down and try and enforce your will. Okay, you push some of the reaching coldness which is reaching into your way. You push it back towards the gem and you notice that the gem now damaged from its continual meetings of walls, floors, flaming slards, or whatever else you can get.
Scum!
Scum, yeah, whatever. It's now actually starting to crack quite badly. And you can actually hear loudmouth roaring from the temple.
Oh, I hope this isn't a philosophy. That would be hilariously indignified.
Now, you're not trained in magic, and you are definitely no priest.
No.
But you are connected directly to the soul to this thing, and you can feel that its enchantments are beginning to unwind.
What?
As in, this thing is a dedicated and delicate tool designed to focusing energies, and you have been hammering it against a wall.
Wait, are you telling me this thing's about to explode?
No, I'm telling you this thing is a very complicated spell network designed to channel vast amounts of power.
And it's starting to lose control.
This whole city's about to go up.
I'd throw that thermal detonator and run like hell.
Although, if it helps, you can feel that the will which is trying to enact on yours from afar is definitely having a lot more trouble focusing through this amulet.
So basically, it's going. Do I think this amulet's about to explode?
Okay, if you're trained in arcane or religious knowledge, you may now roll.
Okay, fine. I have no idea what's about to happen. I'm gonna keep running.
I thought you might.
Running.
Okay. And this one will bring you to the wall. Okay. You hit the wall.
Ow.
Now then... No, not literally, you fall. Okay. You can see at least 2 sets of, what do you call it, footholds that you can use to ascend within easy distance. You can also see an armored slard pointing his finger at you and garbling something very angry and completely ununderstandable. Although I think you can get its meaning rather nicely.
Okay, so the way to the actual gate is blocked.
You think if you go down the right-hand side, like through the alley past this guy, you could probably make it to the gatehouse.
You mean, is it behind him?
You reckon it's roughly behind him further in that direction. Right, I'm going to pause there because I'm keeping track of the turns. And range of girl is 2 turns behind you and approximately 20 feet away from you.
Okay, so my first question is, I hear something inside the first floor. What is it?
Okay. What you can hear is inside the first floor of this building is loud scuffling, the destruction of a wooden table, a pained growl, and something that sounds like splintering bone.
Okay, I know exactly what's going on in there, which means I am making a run for the door as soon as I get down.
Okay.
Which means that
it's not going to
there's
be that far.
one of those things is fighting a skeleton, and I'm going to past both of them while they continue to fight each other.
Okay. Right. So you don't have to roll. You're far enough down, so you're just going to bullet straight past.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you do make a straight run past the doorway, you're going to have to. You might suffer a attack of opportunity by both the skeleton and the actual scum. But they are embroiled in deep combat, so...
Yeah, they're pretty much in deep combat as it is, so I really doubt they have the chance to pull away and look at me, even.
If you want, you can try and sneak past them, you can just book it past them, full-out run, or you can try and just, like, circle around. It's completely up to you what you try.
I'm gonna bolt it because they're too busy with each other. I doubt there's really reason to be subtle when I could be gone before they even have a chance to look up at me.
Okay, so you dive out of the now completely disused and ancient fireplace and peg it straight past the undead and scuffling scum, which is now trying its best to nonsensically choke the life out of it. The more damage is the whole skull smacking the wall bit. Okay, diving past it, you now enter the main street, from which you can see at least 12 of these guys in various states of scuffle. Approximately 30 feet away, you can actually see the main street. Now, the main street leads to the gatehouse. And from around the corner, you can hear angry yelling.
Angry yelling, eh? Does the angry yelling happen to have its back to me?
If you peek around the corner, then yes, you can definitely see there is a very, very angry and well-armored scum currently pointing at you know exactly who he's pointing at. The only difference is that he's the only difference between now and the last time we saw him as human is the bleached white skin and the slightly golden colored eyes.
Which you can't see.
Yeah, you can. Oh yeah, no.
I've got a mask and gloves, yeah.
Okay, you notice no change whatsoever.
So, in other words, I have an attack of opportunity and I'm someone who's going to try and piss on a teammate. So, bow shot to the back.
Okay. In the move action to the alley, you pull your bow, notch an arrow, and take a shot at this thing's back.
Yep, that's a plus dexterity, that's 3, plus ranger, that's 4. So
please
plus
don't
4.
hit me.
Don't forget to get a +2 because you're shooting in the spine.
Oh, that's true too, so plus 6. What could go wrong? Oh wait, that's a crit, isn't it?
Only if you had a crossbow.
No. I swear that was also a composite bow.
Nope, that's 20 times 3.
Fun little fact, I actually have no weapons now.
Fun little fact, if you're in a fight, they're going to kick your ass anyway.
No, as in, I gave the prisoners all my weapons.
Cool, you're going to have to actually get some from camp. That's going to be interesting.
I still have a shovel.
Okay, so that's D8 plus 2.
Damn it. It did...
Yes, bows are 20. I'm sorry.
1, 2...
Very close, though.
Plus 2. 7.
Okay. You plant an arrow in its spine. Well, at least its wide back. Shrieking in anger, it spins around, looks dead at you, and then charges right at you. Claws raised.
I jump on its back.
Yes, please save me.
I jump on its back and use the thread from the amulet to try and garrot it.
Are you serious? You're gonna choke a thing?
Yes,
I've got rules for that. Okay, so you're gonna need to make a charge and a jump. Oh, sorry, a charge and a touch attack.
And he's looking away from me.
Yeah, that's why you're getting a charge into the back, because it's turned
Yeah.
around to attack this guy. Right, go ahead.
So it's a 1d20 plus 2 for the charge, 1 for my base attack.
Yeah, no, it's you get +4 for charge and flank. You get -1 for being a weakling, and +1 for being a character of level 2. So
1d20 plus 4. It balances out.
go ahead. Okay, you do a touch attack. Okay, you successfully done a touch attack, which means we now do grapple.
He's... Even though I surprised him?
No, well,
Okay.
he's not surprised. He knows exactly where you are. Now then, you already have a choking influence ready,
Yeah.
so you're going to get a +2 to this roll. So you do
The +1.
d20. It's your grapple +2.
I don't have a grapple.
You have your base attack.
Yeah, and then... So it's
Then
my
you minus
base-
the fist rate, so you get d20.
It's 1d20 plus 2, isn't it? Because it's 1
Yep.
for my grapple, -1 for my strength, and plus 2 for the Garrett. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, if you actually had a Garrett,
Yeah.
it would actually be better for you. My God,
Crit fail.
1.
Critical fail! Choke it to death! Choke it to death!
Stop cheering and help me!
Okay, you wrap the golden thread around its throat and pull tight.
Stab the
Now, the
fucker! Stab the fucker!
Alright, the creature's hand goes up to its throat as it attempts to, like, cast you off.
Yeah.
But you're quite nicely hooked. Now its go is going to try and throw you off. Now
I've
then,
got the health. I've got the health.
okay. So you need to roll an 8, because I can't roll shit.
It's still a +2, yeah?
Yeah, you still get a +2. Now, by the way, choking this thing to death will take a while.
Yeah, I'm distracting
Just
the
to let
fucker so
you
she
know.
can stab it.
Yeah, so it's probably my turn now, so yeah.
Okay,
Walk up and stab.
Run it through! Run it through!
No!
Uh, 1d20 plus...
Wait a minute, I thought you had a bow.
Hmm?
So you want to
Don't.
drop the bow and pull a sword?
Yes, please.
Yes. Yes, I will quickly drop the bow for right now and pull out the sword.
Okay, so and then
Walk
move
up
into
and
attack.
stab.
Go ahead, roll.
1d20 plus ranger plus strength.
Strength.
That equals +3. 19.
Okay. Roll your damage, the 8 plus 2.
Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
+2. 9.
Okay, you quickly open it up from shoulder to belly with a downward slash.
Don't fall back, don't fall back.
Its shell armor is unable to actually hold up against your steel blade, and the thing, almost noiselessly, now that the garrote still around its throat, sinks to the ground.
What weapon did it have?
It. This one.
Yeah.
This one had a two-handed blade, curved with a obsidian. What's it like? The obsidian edge.
So you got yourself an obsidian sword.
Yes. Oh, I wish it was like the obsidian sword. The touch of death from Ultima. Okay, so I take that sword just in case.
Okay, it's a two-handed blade, and it's a martial weapon, though.
I know.
You get some
at least
negatives
it's
to
something.
hitting, but that's about the worst of it right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now we run out the gate.
Okay.
So,
Actually, let's check and see how busy the gate is. Are there actually still
They're all-
guards there, or is the chaos drive them away?
Okay.
Because I
If
guarantee
you
you,
want
for
to
the last
stealth,
5 minutes, they've been hearing lots of nasty roaring and seeing weird fighting going on.
Okay, yeah, so while we're sneaking around, I'm still smacking the crystal on the stone.
that's fine. I need you to do a will save.
Okay. No, crap.
Okay. You can definitely feel that the cold seeps in a lot further into your chest, up your neck, and it leaves you on the floor gasping.
Namara?
You can definitely feel tingling sensations in your gums and your eyes.
Namara, you still got your sword out, right?
Yes?
Do me a favor and smash this, and I just put it in front of me.
Smash it away,
it,
sir.
Stab it! Stab it!
1d20.
I begin wriggling away, just in case it explodes.
10. That meat matches it.
Dude, I'm just going to assume that you put your foot on his wrist and then just smash the thing.
Okay.
Because if it helps, he can't actually put it down. His fingers won't let go.
Hmm.
So, basically just do your Sunder attempt against it, which is basically just roll damage.
7 damage.
Okay. The crystal cracks and breaks more, actually chipping off in places.
Again?
You can do it again. I need another will save, though, as the power actually tries to desperately cling in.
Me?
Yeah, for you.
Crap. My soul is my own!
I must admit, your rolls to resist things attacking your soul very high. Your actual attempts to do anything else.
Very low.
Okay, so you want to do some smashy smashy?
Smashy smashy. 6 damage.
Man, minus his hardness. That's okay. That's enough. That's finished off the crystal. It shatters and breaks as the tip of your blade forces its way into the crack and shatters the gem. The actual gold amulet itself shatters into nothing more than gold dust.
Damn it!
You do, however, notice something very bad.
Oh.
Yeah. Your blade, you can actually see veins of blackness actually making its way along the blade, slowly staining the entire thing black.
Stab it into the dead body of the scum. Let's get the hell out of here. Here, you can have this stone sword.
So wait, my sword is becoming demon-possessed?
Stab it into the fucking dead scum. Have this sword. Let's go!
Yeah, I dispose of it in a nearby dead body and make a run for it with the new stone sword in hand.
You're all wimps. Okay.
You're trying to demon-possess us. Screw you.
Okay, right. You
Spend
dive out of
your
the...
attempts to ruin my character.
You diving from the into the main street, you do notice that there is a rather heavy progression of traffic leading out of the city. Guards are trying to restore order, but there is undead everywhere. And I'm not talking about one or two, I'm not talking, you know, here and there and a few dances. No, I'm talking about every skull on the wall is laughing. Dead are pouring out of houses, out of cellars, from mass graves. They're they're crawling out of the ground outside as though they fell from the battlements.
Well,
yeah, the actual scum are pouring out of the city, and they are fleeing.
And they have every damn right to.
As we flee, I turn back to the city and shout, "You're welcome!"
How do you intend to get out of the? How do you intend to get out of a gate which is jam packed with scum?
Sorry. Okay, Namora, come on. We climb back up to the gate. I mean, climb up the wall.
We climb up to the top of the wall again, and I whistle over my dinosaur.
I pull out my 50. I pull out my 50 feet of rope, tie it to a battlement, and go down.
Okay, use a rope check.
Shit.
Use rope check.
Don't have one. Gonna use survival?
Nope.
My life is in real danger here.
Yes, it is.
Okay, no, I will now roll your check on my...
use rope as a dex, so you get a flat d20.
Okay, so I'll roll it for him.
Oh god.
Because he doesn't need to know if his rope is gonna hold or not. Okay. There you go. I have rolled using the Wizards of the Coast dice roller, and I have a number. You have tied the rope to the limit of your skill, and it looks secure.
I have Namora check it over before I climb down.
I double check it.
Okay, you can double check it with your use rope skill.
Which is a
Give me a dice
plus
roll.
3.
Yeah, that would have collapsed the moment someone put their full weight on it.
So I do it better?
Yeah, you using your current use rope check, you double tie the knot and tie it off properly.
There.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm kind of panicked for my life, and I was being demonically possessed. Now, bye. Yoink.
Less falling to your death involved.
Okay, I'm going down the rope.
Okay, strength check.
Oh, Jesus, really?
Yes, really.
Yes, really.
Okay, you dismount from the wall. Congratulations, you don't die.
Come on, Nemora. I'm gonna stand at the bottom just in case.
I whistle for my dinosaur again. Is he still around?
You don't see any dinosaur coming to rush towards your aid.
So, my dinosaur calls are doing nothing.
Not that you can see, no.
Ah, smeg. Okay, I guess I have to use the rope. 1 d20 plus 2. If the person below me sees me die today, I will blame him and his ass is haunted. It's all your fault.
Stop procrastinating, roll your death roll.
I try to catch her as she falls.
Okay, so...
Oh wait,
You
actually this is a used rope. I did the wrong skill.
Yeah, your strength's a bit higher.
It's strength to lower yourself down.
Oh, it's strength, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I know you two have been very panicked about this, but do you know what the DC of strength to lower yourself down the rope is?
5?
About 5.
Ugh.
The only
Smeg.
person that really had to worry about it was Mr. I Play With Spiders.
Fuck you!
Okay, so zipping down the rope, do you stop to retrieve the rope?
Can we?
How long does that take?
Let's see, you've already tied the rope off, you did both took a round to descend, so it's probably, I'm gonna say to pull it down from, you're gonna have to use a used rope check, and then pull it down after you, so you basically have, I'm assuming you actually did a rope, a knot rope, which actually allows you to pull it off.
Yeah. So, doink!
17, nice, exactly what you used to tie it.
Mhm.
Okay. Pulling the rope off the wall, you nod to yourself in grim satisfaction. Even as more undead are pulling themselves from the wall.
I take the rope, put it back, and I look at her and say, "On a day's work, run."
Run like hell!
This is like an episode of Doctor Who.
Yes, this is officially
Just
become an episode
run.
of Doctor Who now.
Just keep running.
Just keep
And
running.
We run along the beach all the way back to camp.
We do not
Okay.
stop running for fear of our own lives.
Yeah,
A
pretty
couple
much.
of the military slards start following you. Having spotted you dismounting off the wall and suspecting that non-humans in a ruin belonging to them and a disrupted ceremony may be actually connected.
Oh, they're not
The
dealing
three of
with
them start
undead.
chasing. I think at this stage they are far beyond giving up trying to control the situation.
Okay. I turn to the Morals and keep running. Keep trying to summon your dinosaur.
Okay. The as you start running and they start following,
Yeah.
they have a higher constitution, so you know they're going to outrun you eventually. The only thing that turns them back is a yeah. Go try again. Yeah. What actually distracts them is a blackish grey shape comes barreling past you, as well as a larger scaled one.
Mer?
Further along the beach, stepping out of cover, is one staff-wearing pretty boy and a crossbow-wielding dwarf giving you covering fire.
Oh, thank God.
You know, I wonder if any of the prisoners actually made it out alive.
That's a good question. Did any of the elves make it out of there alive?
To your knowledge, you have no idea.
We're gonna have to wait till the day after. They'll
Okay.
have quite a tale to tell if they do.
Alright. Between the summoned wolf, the raptor, and incoming fire from the dwarf, and I'm assuming yourself, I'm thinking that the scum are going to go down pretty damn rapidly.
Yeah.
Mainly against the raptor. And to be honest, I think you're both going to be pretty much running non-stop anyway. So
Everybody pick a mount and get the hell out of here.
mount. There is one.
I'm sorry. I just remember how
Ride
it's
the
like,
wolf.
The
I'm
wolf
probably
is a normal
faint by now.
wolf. Okay. I'm going to point out one thing here. As you are making your way out of here, between the cold sensation that will not leave you alone, Luke, your character.
Yep, Edwin.
Yeah. Still cold, still chilled. Your dinosaur still quite happy to run away from this place. The sheer amount of humming in the area is quite disturbing, though.
Yeah, let's get the hell out of Dodge and never come back this direction ever again. Ever.
Yeah,
Let's move
put
the
it this
entire
way,
camp
it might
50
be
miles down the beach.
twilight. It might be twilight, and the entire area is lit by nothing but 2 half moons and a single red moon. But you definitely can see large bodies in the air.
See large bodies in where?
In the air.
In the air?
Yes, there are many flying things in this area, and they look
hornets,
quite agitated. That would be your current guess, yes.
The wasps are fighting the undead? Huh.
No, the wasps are just patrolling the area and descending to keep jumping upon anything that's smaller than them.
Uh-oh.
I vote to continue running like hell.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You managed to make it 3 miles up the beach before the humming noises died down to a bare background rumble. Looking back in the city, you can see it's still lit by many torches in the area, though flames have broken out in a few isolated spots.
I'm blaming this on you. I pointed Namara.
Mm-hmm. Although...
Yes, and who's the one that was messing around with the black trinket?
What black trinket? I have no idea what you mean.
Yeah, sure, the one that I had to smash for you.
Oh, that was
While you
just
were freaking the hell out.
I wasn't freaking the hell out. I was just feeling rather ill, and I thought it might have had some contact poison.
And I
so
raised
didn't want
the
to affect
obsidian
it.
blade, and the one that took my sword from me.
I will notice that as you're retreating, you do notice that not all the scum retreat into the jungles.
Some go into the water.
Some go into the water towards those little those little structures you saw. Why? And yeah.
I look at Oswald. I'm probably going to pass out when we get back, so please report to McCann that we probably should move the camp another 50 miles down the beach.
Stroking his chin gently, he thinks about it and then decides to politely decline. I am sorry, but I was not actually on site at the time. You'll have to make that kind of detailed report yourself. He will need to know more of a on-the-spot analysis, if you will.
I just point at Namara.
No, I don't know what it is you were messing with, dude. I just try to get their attention away so you could free prisoners and get the hell out of Dodge.
I tried to free the prisoners. Unfortunately, the situation, as you saw, was completely beyond our control. However, I quickly turned back to Oswald. Your illusion worked just as expected, which I must say you must be commended for.
I'm actually surprised it worked. I've actually only learned it off a scroll less than 2 weeks ago. I've never actually cast it before.
I undo the rope which is holding the scum tail to me, and I slap him with it. That's
okay.
That's for using me as a test subject. However, in return, you've got pretty much free reign of my alchemical lab if you need it for some research later on down the line as thanks for your part in this. If he needs to brew potions or something, based on saying, yeah, you can. I'll help you out with that for free.
He thanks you most graciously, although a bit of, as you travel back, a bit of muttering between Oswald and the dwarf seems to hint that they are working out their own version of what to do with your alchemy lab, mainly using the distillery part of it.
You know what? I don't care. They're free to do that if they want to.
Well...
The dwarf needs beer.
Alright.
To help improve morale.
Traveling, you've now reached the tower. Okay, you are almost at a tower where you're traveling, where they're traveling across the sands makes a slightly different noise.
Oh.
Yeah, rather than the soft crunching of sand underneath your feet, it now comes a kind of, well, more almost wooden sound.
Oh crap! More crab shells.
Yeah, but only this one moves slightly.
Running like hell.
I literally just stop, look at the sky, and go, "Fuck you, whoever rules this world," and then proceed to run.
Yes.
So neither of you are gonna try and deal with the crap.
Oh,
No,
fuck no.
fuck this. I'm like, Oswald, Ironforge, forgive us, but it's been a long night.
Wait.
Fuck
Do
this.
you even pause walking? You just walking. The noise changes. You hitch your skirt up again. You just break into a run.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Matter of fact, I even dig my heels into the raptor and scream "run" and make it go full tilt.
Okay. Okay. So you all break into a run and make your full retreats, even as the crab pulls itself out of the sand. By the time it actually turns around in a half circle to get its eyes on you, you are halfway down the beach and legs still accelerating.
The crab strokes his chin thoughtfully, puffs on its pipes, and goes back to sleep.
I'm not even sure why I'm bothering to roll if you get any more encounters on the way back, because
We're
You're
running
running
away.
like
I
hell.
don't think the only time you stop running is to catch your breath.
Yeah.
Okay, you make it back to the southern Ivdra camp. Now, I'm going to actually ask you to let's see. It took you just over a day to get there, and
Roll saves versus heart attacks.
you're pretty much, when you get back, you're going to be exhausted. You're going to have used at least 3 days worth of water, and whatever rations you want to eat during 2 days worth of travel, but 3 days without water because you've been running for the majority of the second one.
Yeah.
You are exhausted, you are tired, you are sweaty, you are covered in ick.
I drag myself
by
over to
the
my
way-
parents' tent. I'll report when I'm done. When I'm in.
by the way,
proper shape.
Lucas,
Yeah.
sunlight makes your character itch.
Oh crap!
Yeah,
Good thing I don't feel any on me.
yeah, wait, you actually can look at your skin where the amulet was, and it is a very, very pale color. Its pigment
mean,
has been
skin?
completely leached.
What do you mean? The amulet never touched my skin.
No, it was in your hand.
Yeah, on the gloves.
Yes, I know it was in your glove.
Well, that's not good. I'm gonna have to see a priest. But first, I need to go
You
sleep.
have some explaining to do, pasty white boy.
Yeah, a quick examination after you get back to camp reveals that your eyes have gone golden, your skin has lost all pigment, and so is your hair.
Well, that's strange. And if everyone doesn't mind, I need to get some sleep. I crawl over to my tent and go to sleep.
I've turned into a freak. Yeah, deal with it tomorrow.
Yeah. I need
Hey, do you want to
sleep.
feed your spider before going to bed? It's been a day.
Should I do it for him? Actually, no, I don't want to. I only have 1 hit point.
Okay, I undo this. I get a bigger jaw. I drop the meat in there. Then I unscrew the jar but keep the lid shut. Yeah, and then whilst keeping the
Yeah,
lid
and
shut
you're gonna
with my
pour
thumb.
one into the other. You know, eventually you're gonna run out of bigger jars.
Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna pour it in and then quickly slam the lid back shut on the big one and screw that shut. So there you go, it's fed. Fuck it.
It's probably got a bigger piece of food this time.
Yeah.
No,
After 2 days.
I tap it and say no hard feelings, and then keel
Yeah.
over
By
and
the
sleep.
way, you've had this thing for now for. So you captured it on day 3.
Day 3,
It's now day 5. Yeah. You notice it's about a fingertip bigger than it was before.
Damn, they grow fast.
It's not getting that much bigger.
Well, I shall probably go release it into the wild after a bit.
Release it into the wild. I'd rather stab it.
Actually, no. I'd rather him release it into the wild. I want to see that.
Yes, I'd like to see it eat his face.
But I fed you, you treacherous bitch!
Yes, spiders are known for their loyalty and easy trainability.
I'll give it to the drow.
Actually, that's a good point. Could I actually make empathy with the freaking spider?
It's a baby giant spider. You could use empathy on it. or you could use handle animal.
Hey, Namara, as a when I wake up, it's like Namara is a symbol of our continuing partnership and not having managed to get ourselves killed or killed each other yet. Here, and I give her the spider and I run.
Throw it at him.
Yeah, throw the ball in his general direction and it leaps into the air and comes down upon him.
Okay, right. So, what's your current plans?
I'm going to sleep and rest and heal.
Oh no! I'm guessing that once you back into camp, you're kind of in a safe zone.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm taking a full solid day of doing jack shit.
After
that,
to be honest, you're going to get a couple of the adept healers to see you both to try and actually, what's basically to restore you.
I'm
like,
also
cast cure wounds on you and stuff.
Then I'm going to see a priest. No, wait. First I have to report to McKellen, then I see the priest, and then I start brewing shit. Because I'm not going anywhere for a fucking week now. I'm like, fuck this. The place out there is dangerous.
I don't think they're going to allow you to take the week off until they actually have at least a water source out there.
Well, we ain't fucking going by that direction. Then you look with the other teams.
Well, I think they're going to be busy enough trying to move the camp, because they definitely want to get further away from there.
Yeah.
And the wasps are the wasps are kind of getting a little more antsy.
Yeah.
Well, someone did just hold a party next door. They're probably just sleepy and grouchy.
Anyway, I drag my half-dead ass over to McKellen's tent.
You're half dead. My half dead. My
you're mostly dead.
Yeah, no. Look. As a DM, I will just sit here and stress this out. The elf is mostly dead. Our little alchemist is just half undead. It's fine.
Oh dear. Well, I'm gonna drag myself over to McKellen's tent once I feel healthy.
You start bearing fangs or making groaning noises behind me, I will stab you in the eyes.
Mental note, make sure the glass in my mask is much more armor-proof. Anyway, I drag myself to McKellen's like, hello, I think we're ready to do our report about what happened. Just swaying slightly.
Ow.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not...
sure...
Yeah, McKellen is there, but there's also another guy.
Oh?
This guy's actually wearing Masterwork full plate, carries a shield on his back marked with the silver hand.
I'm not tainted! I'm not tainted!
Yeah, he introduces...
I hide behind Namara.
McKellen actually introduces him. The man's name is... What the frick did I do with my notes?
By the way, I'm actually cowering behind Namara now, going, I'm not tainted!
That's not suspicious.
Well, I thought the Silver Hand had a bit of a reputation for smite first, ask questions later.
Perhaps in the early days. Don't forget, they went more in a diplomatic corps kind of direction.
Yeah, but still more than capable of, beating a fucking guy's skull in.
Ah, here we are. According to my notes, this man's name is Tristian.
Oh no.
Okay. He's a middle-aged paladin from the Order of the Silver Hand, and is currently the highest-ranking authority in the camp. So, as you enter the tent, McKellen introduces you, offers you drink, food, and asks you to report everything that could be of use.
I first politely request, what if Oswald and Ironforge reported?
They've given us a cursory explanation of the events, mainly outlining your initial plan to infiltrate and gather information, your hope to rescue prisoners, which we noticed we didn't bring any with you, and how that they managed to save your lives as you exited, giving you cover fire and powerful spells in order to hasten your evacuation. They have been commended for their bravery.
Indeed, and Oswald should be commended for his use of magic. I nod.
Mhm. Now then, says McKern, tell me, and what exactly happened in there? All we know from the current reports is that the Swamp's Nest to the northeast is going absolutely crazy. There have been more and more sightings heading further this way since your little infiltration happened.
Of wasps?
Yep, it seems they are spreading out in the entire area. Anything that catches their attention, they descend upon in numbers and destroy.
To be fair, I have no idea about the wasps. I look at Namara. Well, you're the wilderness expert here.
I can't say for sure about the wasps, but the noise that this place made last night could have possibly pissed them off. I might further add that upon entering the place, the building structure was filled with scum. Literally, the entire village was covered in numerous population numbers of scum.
And dead bodies and skeletons and laughing, giggling skulls mounted on the walls.
Let's get into that. Thank you.
Tristan holds up his hand.
Yes?
Now, I am very actually interested to hear more about this ritual and this vast influx of undead. But there's one question we must have answered immediately. Did you see any sources of water? Or at least signs that water could be recovered?
No.
Not as we are aware of. The scum apparently use a water source. And actually, apparently they have a small village underneath the water, not too far away from the land village.
That is most unfortunate. While we desperately need water, and the Rorans would have been very helpful in finding ways to relocate and set up, I'm afraid setting us up in between a village of scum and an active wasp's nest of creatures that size would probably not actually be helpful to us.
Quite. To further note, we decided that we would try to take out one of their leaders. We were successful in this mission.
He holds up his hand once
him
again.
Down, and I did notice some flames as I fled. So,
Tristan holds up his hand once again. Please explain to me your logic in attacking the leader of nearby peoples. Now, I understand that what they were doing was repugnant, but I have to understand your reasoning behind antagonizing what seems to be the most populous people in this area. We don't exactly have any resupply. We don't have any access to reinforcements. If things turn nasty because of this, there is a very good chance that their sheer numbers will wipe us out.
Well, to be honest,
so I have to understand your reasoning.
For certain, but
I raised my finger. I raise my finger. It's like, setting elves on fire, I think, qualifies as an hostile act.
Yes, there may have been hostile towards the elves, but you have to understand that these are not our lands. We do not know their history. It could have been that the scum have been oppressed by elves for centuries, or it could have been the other way around. We do not know. I ask you, I implore you in the future, when you encounter new peoples and new cultures, please keep in mind that we are in a very, very perilous situation. And we cannot really afford to actually press our own morality onto those surrounding us. Not until, even if we do gain the power, I'm not even sure we should. But
I quickly raise my finger. So
you keep raising your finger to him a lot.
Yeah, I'm like, so am I to understand that you are accepting the use of this people's use of necromancy?
Never will I accept the use of necromancy, but nor will I accept that all these people that are underneath my protection must be imperiled.
Oh no, that I understand. However, from everything that's been researched, they can't trace us back, well, to you at least. However, we're still, encouraging a rapid relocation in case they decide to make use of anyone here or any patrols as sacrifices for that four-armed giant skeletal scum god thing, and the dancing skeletons, and the murdering, and the blood moon and everything. And I like to point out the sky, which you can't see right now, but yeah.
Please continue with your reports. After, leave nothing out, and when this event is finished, I may have to assign you to a certain task that you'll probably find unpleasant, but is necessary.
My shoulders just slump. It's like latrine duty, isn't it?
No, it will not be in camp. It will actually, once again, be reliant on the fact that you are, of the groups we have sent out, you are the furthest ranging.
What? I just sort of just stare at him in shock, and it's like, we have, I like point at Namara, Outrider units capable of covering that distance in half a day. We're the ones who have made it further out?
The units you refer to are of her people, the Drow. They have mainly been doing duties within the camp and around it, protecting us at night and exploring the forests. They are not making as much progress as you'd believe. The jungles are quite tangled. There is no real room for their mounts to actually manifest their greater speed.
Which is why I suggested we went around it when we went there in the first place. But yeah.
The units that have been heading further up the coast have seen no signs of civilization, and quickly gave up and returned. The actual hopes of most of the exploration teams were in you actually finding a water source within those ruins.
Instead, we found evil merp-like people who decided to use necromancy and prepare sacrifices, to which we did our best to try and set the people free. And
I groan, and I'm like, yeah, what I assume you're saying is you think we need a much more detailed picture of this city when it's not in the middle of a all-out war between undead and scum, and those when losing control of ancient forbidden magics, and basically going to send us back there, aren't you?
I commend your tactical mind. Yes, we do need a more in-depth picture.
I slam my face into the desk.
From what I have discussed with our few remaining priests, that seems to have been a time-specific ritual. The chances are that they, after the event, whether it's successful or failure due to your actions, it was most likely that the majority of the creatures will actually disperse. And although it has been decided that it may not actually be habitable and would be dangerous to actually try and set up any kind of civilization there, if there is water, we must use it as a resupply.
I formally request the use of mounts in order to hasten the travel.
I will be willing to grant you those mounts. I believe you actually already have your own mount, which will...
Only one of us has a mount, and he can only carry one.
I was referring to your horse you used to carry your wagon. I do believe that it is of equal speed to many of the Dark Elven mounts.
True, but I don't think it likes me, and I never did learn to ride it.
We all have challenges.
So, and I look at him with something. I'm trying to force proper respect in his mics. Some more than others, and I sort of nod respectfully.
It is true, but here I come to another reason why I wish to send you two out further into the field. Not only have you found the most and retrieved the most,
I look at her sword.
The priests have believed that one of you may be tainted, and we do not yet have the actual supplies to build a place we can focus sufficient divine energies into in order to purge your taints.
My face is still on the desk going, destroying a cursed artifact is one of our duties, is it not?
It is, but I am sorry. Even in our own lands, destroying of cursed artifacts sometimes transferred the curse from the item to a person where they usually died.
I immediately point. It cursed her sword. It cursed her sword.
Yes, but I do not believe her sword is here.
Do you want us to go and fetch it then?
It may be useful in studying what exactly it was that was happening. But if you do not wish to fetch it...
I can't argue.
Does this mean I get a
I can't
replacement
argue with
sword?
that reasoning. I got you one! I gave you the stone one after I tried to garrot that scum!
Yeah, and how much damage does this thing do?
2d4 minus 2.
I shuffle away from her.
2d4 minus 2.
Plus 2 due to your strength, it equals out.
2d4.
It's two-handed, so
Actually,
his strength will come in at plus 3, so it'll be 2d4
so it's plus
plus 1.
A minimum of 4 damage. So actually, yeah, that isn't too bad, I guess.
Minimum of 3 damage, I think.
Plus 2 with my strength.
Plus 3
it's a
for your
two-hand-
strength, but minus 2 for the stone.
Oh.
So minimum is 3, maximum is
9.
9.
Whereas the other one I got 10, and I got 10 a couple of times today. That is a very tough decision. I have to think about it then.
Yes, I'm sorry, but we really must know if there is water there. Why we don't actually make it known to most of the civilians? Our water supply is becoming perilous. We have already used a third of our supply.
I'm guessing the clerics can't. It's sort of blasphemous to have the clerics summon up more.
They are already doing this, but we don't. But the amount of people we have versus the amount of water we need, they are rapidly falling behind. If I cannot, however, I will never force someone to do anything against their will. If you do not wish to return, I will merely request that you try and find a way through the swamps, perhaps. Try and find civilization further through them. Although I'm afraid I would have to ask you to leave your mount behind. Traveling through them, traveling through those waterways seems to sicken your dark elven mounts.
I've seen no reason why we should break from this little community.
I do not. It's not banishment.
I immediately raise my finger up, apart from the whole tainting thing, which is understandable. I mean, no, we'll just focus on the thing at hand. We'll go to the town, we'll check for water, we'll come back and try not to be eaten by wasps.
It would be most regrettable if you were. However, do not despair.
Right.
The taint would probably be a temporary measure until we can establish a true place of worship and the resurrection of the true gods here. Once they have been established, we can surely purge you from the taint that is now coursing through your body. But we really do need to look across for the welfare of the many before the individual.
Hang on, can I do a quick nature knowledge about how much I know about wasps?
Yeah.
Because an idea just came to me. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, insects need water as well, right?
Alright. Let's see. You've got a 21. So, let's see. You... Okay, go ahead.
Insects do need water as well, right? Not as much as we do, but they still need a water source.
Yes, most of the time on the smaller sized creatures, they get the majority of their water from prey.
And not on that big fucker.
But from that size, you'll probably find that they get a fair amount of their water from standing water, prey, trees. They'll pretty much take apart anything that at least will contain.
So it's safe to say that they do have access to some sort of fresh water.
They probably
possibly,
yes.
But most unlikely.
There is actually a possibility that they. No, it's not even a possibility. It's highly likely they have a source of water, but then again, you also have to remember that they are capable of as the crow flies, flight. And
yeah, what would the range be? What would the range be, though?
Let's see. You reckon that you could probably, from their location, you probably find that there's probably a water source within about 20 or 30 miles.
That's not that bad, actually. Is the mountain range within 30 miles?
No.
Okay.
That's still further out. You're looking for the mountain range. You're looking through the forests and through the swamps and through the high trees. You're looking at roughly about 4 or 5 days travel.
Okay, so I quickly point out that, well, there should be a major water source within 30 miles of the wasp's nest, at least. So there should be something around. Could we possibly scry on the wasps or something like that? Granted, it's insane and possibly stupid, but I can't think of a better way right now.
The paladin stops and thinks for a moment. I do not believe that is something we have considered. When we considered the wasps, they were more a potential threat. They were something for us to look out for and keep an eye out for in case they came and attacked. We never actually considered tracing them for a water supply.
Well,
Although keeping track of that many wasps would be impossible, we could send some of our few remaining mages to at least attempt to track them. Maybe if we followed... Yes, I can see if I can get one of our mages to form... to create some kind of tracking rune or amulet. If you could actually attach it to a wasp, we could actually follow it wherever it goes. If it keeps returning to a single spot, it's likely to either be the nest or its primary water source.
I nod. Well, that's... I look in the mirror. Well, that's pretty much the best we can do.
You are very well taught in the knowledges of nature.
Yeah, I look at Namar. It's like, I wonder why you didn't raise this point, Ranger.
And you are traveling with a ranger. And let's see, if you know their habits that well,
I
two of you,
I close my eyes behind my mask because I know what's about to come.
between the two of you, I do believe you two may have one of the greater chances of actually tagging one of these wasps.
Now,
would you be willing to?
Would this be like a necklace, an artifact, or an enchantment that you would need contact with it?
I cannot be certain myself right now. I'd need to discuss it with my wizards. But the chances are you will need to capture one of these creatures and then inscribe the actual enchantment onto its carapace. That would probably be the most likely way. Although the chances of an item, it's possible, but there is likelihood that it will be removed or damaged in some way. It will probably be something we place upon the creature itself.
Oh, like a tattoo or a sigil. Okay.
Okay.
I'm like thinking now. It's like, we're gonna need a really big net.
If you decide to volunteer for that duty, we will send someone else to try and find more interest about the city.
Well, to be honest, I don't think the city will only take like 1 or 2 days for us to investigate.
At most.
So yeah, and you know, it. I think it's well within possibility for us to investigate this possibility before having to risk anything in dealing with the wasps.
I will not force you into any decision, but I would ask you to at least think of the people. I will. So, if you wish to investigate the city, then we will supply. If you wish to try and capture one of these wasps so we may tag it for tracking, then that would also be acceptable. If neither of these appeal to you, we are more than willing to let you try and do a deeper recon through the swamps to see if there's anything beyond them.
I just look at the ranger. I'm like, do you have any input?
Oh, he says for a moment.
Uh-oh.
There is a raft that has just been... It is fair size. It's just been completed. We are looking for people to man them in order to explore the nearby islands.
No, thank you. Oh, we already ran into a crab last night. No thanks.
My jaw hangs open for a moment at the mention of the raft and instantly shakes head no and agrees with the strange man next to her, who is possibly demonically possessed, but doesn't matter right now.
I will recommend that they watch out for screech shields, but I have not had much more of an opportunity to study the damn things, or of course the giant crabs. or whatever eats the crabs.
Crab people.
However, judging from our walk back, I think the crabs are most active at night, so as will most of the sea life. So, good luck with that.
Don't go swimming at night.
Okay, I'm going to call it a quits there, so that you can consider your options. If you can think of something you would